can Trump or the EU further sanction Russia to alter their behavior?
Well, it's a good question to ask, because if we haven't thrown the kitchen sink at Russia over the last 3.5 years, what have we been doing? I was struck at the weekend by the European leaders saying, if Putin doesn't come forward and enjoying the ceasefire and so on, there will be massive sanctions. We had someone, RUSI, from that world earlier this week. And I said, well, can you define massive, please? Because we've been looking for that definition for the last 3.5 years. Boris Johnson and others promised massive sanctions in early 2022. But I do actually think that there are options available. And I think that partly because we've been very timid over the last 3.5 years. I think we have approached this challenge as a technical one. The Russians have approached defending themselves from sanctions as an existential issue. And so there's been an asymmetry of response. And every time that the West could have pressed forward, either the kind of Hungarians have been spoilers, or I don't know, the Germans are worried about the Mittelstand businesses losing opportunities in Russia. And then there's the big one, which is, how is Russia financing its economy and its war with oil? How are we getting on in restricting Russia's ability to raise money from its oil? A big fat zero. So I think, the reality is that there are still levers that we can pull. We've been nervous to pull them. And at some point, in a way, as Putin is very good at doing, he's calling our bluff. Okay, you threaten massive sanctions. Come on then, bring it on. And he knows damn well, and you see this in the statements from people like Medvedev and Dmitry Peskov and all the others. You see that they know that the West is going to worry about its citizens more than it worries about the Ukrainian people when it comes to bringing forward sanctions. So now is the time, frankly. The way I like to think about the Russian economy, if you're old enough, you remember the kind of Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the Russian economy is over the cliff. But what we need to force Putin to do is to look down and realize that there is nothing under his feet. So there's plenty more left to do, but we have to be brave enough to do it. And that, at the moment, I'm afraid, in Brussels, in London, and who knows what's going on in Washington, D.C., we can talk about that. But that bravery, I'm afraid, has been absent.